Hey guys, Tyler2K here. Today we're going to take a look at the v1.08.01 patch notes. This is a small balance patch that's coming out today with the release of Heihachi to the game. Of course, Heihachi I believe will be unlocked later today. Right now I'm using the old patch just to show what things look like before the patch. And I don't think there's enough changes here to be like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and download the patch and kind of show it off. But I'll try my best to show things that are going to change. I haven't read through the entire patch notes. I saw a few characters who I'm kind of excited about, but for the most part, yeah, don't expect major groundbreaking changes here. Keep that in mind. So if you see here in V109, whoops, this is a picture, shouts to Reddit. In V109, they're going to go ahead and change some properties on moves. It looks like specifically certain characters, Dragunov, Alisa. If I need to single out Alisa, because while most people think that Alisa is very strong, myself included, we haven't really seen Alisa in major tournament like do really well recently. So she probably in theory is still like top 5, but we still need proof. Maybe it's just because Dragunov is so strong. So Dragunov of course will be on the chopping block. He had a few nerfs here, nothing really major all things considered, but it looks like for V109 specifically including changes to tracking performance of their attacks and reaction of opponents when hit. So if I was to take a guess for Dragunov, at least my guess is the CD4. Like for instance, Dragunov doesn't have like really good tracking because that's always kind of been his thing with having poor tracking. So the only thing that really comes to mind is Crouch Dash 4, the QCF4 option for Dragunov. So maybe it's going to have no tracking whatsoever in V109. Maybe that's what they're talking about. So you can only use it as a steel pedal going forward. For Alisa, the first one that comes to mind is her big horizontal slash. I believe it's up forward 1 or up 1, which can be heat dash canceled. It's a heat engager, homing attack, very fast, good range. So I can see them getting rid of the launching property on it. I can see maybe getting rid of the launching property on 421, assuming 421 in V109 is still -10. There's a few like a little overtuned things on her that really don't make sense in the grand scheme of like Tekken 8. So understandably, they're going to nerf the two of them. Hopefully Yoshi and Alisa are on the chopping block too, because I think they're a little bit more egregious. Like I said, just because they have tournament results, just like Dragunov, whereas Alisa, we haven't seen much of that yet. Okay, so for practice mode and special styles, expanded various features. Yeah, so what they're doing, they showed it off in the Tekken talk, but you can do online for practice mode again. There's ability for someone to have like control, and you can modify where you're starting with practice and both position and health and stuff like that. So it's a little bit more customizable in a good way, but the big selling point of course is they're bringing back online practice mode. Okay, so common change, I haven't, like for instance, I haven't read any of these. So following heat engagers are throw moves, so they cannot transition into heat dash. To compensate for this, hitting the opponent during heat with this moves will replenish heat. Okay, that's kind of nice. So yeah, that's always been kind of a problem with it. Are these crouch throws. So yeah, they are heat engagers, but under the effects of heat mode, they really don't do anything. So we can't hold forward. I guess I can turn on the input history for you guys. But yeah, you can't hold forward to extend the combo, and you don't do anything special under the effects of heat mode either. So it's 30 damage, which sounds like a lot, but compared to old ground like crouching throws, they are nerfed technically. The only difference here is that yeah, you can't break them. That's the big selling point of crouch throws in Tekken 8. So that's a big one. So yeah, it looks like they're going to at least give heat mode back, which is great. Really good for King. Let's see what they say about it. So yeah, Asusena throws, Dragunov crouch throws, Eddy throws, Jack throws. Yeah, I believe that's the only crouching throws in the game. So okay, no, King also possesses a throw move when heat activation capabilities. However, since the feature hits in heat state has been implemented, no changes. Okay, so I guess his pedigree crouch throw, the down 2+3, I believe it is, already has that property, so there's no need for them to buff it. Okay, certain throws behavior. Distance between characters have increased when a throw escape occurs near a wall. Oh, that's a nice change. I can't think of a character right away. Adjustment has been made to address an issue where certain characters' attacks became unavoidable. Ah, you know, the only one that immediately comes to mind is like Yoshimitsu throw. So are they finally nerfing Yoshi's throw? Probably not, right? So I wonder who the character in question is it that they're really talking about. But yeah, it looks like they're going to consistently have pushback now, regardless of wall distance. So, like, first thing that comes to mind, and I'm pretty sure this is already the case, but like when Dragunov performs his throw for side switch, I think it's a default distance, even regardless of the wall. So let's go ahead and give this a shot, out of curiosity. But it sounds like certain characters get pushed like really, really close by, and that allows you to maintain pressure. So like I said, Yoshi comes to mind. Okay, so we're, what, 3.7. So let's go ahead and restart positions. I guess I'm going to do reverse. Oh, whoops, that's... Ah, shit. I forgot. He's... I think... Okay, throw escape. There we go. Okay, 1.7, and let's see open field. Okay, a little bit further. At the same time, we're, like, not directly in the hitbox. But, okay, we'll see. Like I said, I don't know who they're specifically targeting, so we can't, like, immediately check, unfortunately. But that's okay, understandable. Okay, key charge. Fixed so that the charge state is consumed when a throw move hits... Oh! Wow, I don't like that change. So, for people who don't know, so when you key charge, basically your attacks are, you know, they're enhanced. So the first attack you perform is a counter hit. So for instance here, against Devil Jin, I'll have him guard. Oops, there we go. Okay, so stand block, or, you know, we'll do block all, doesn't matter. So for instance, okay, right? Able to escape. But under key charge effect, we have certain strings that become NCC or natural combo under counter hit. And also, let me check the sound because I don't want to be blown out by the audio. Okay, we should be good. Okay, so key charge. Now this becomes N. Oh, he's on block all? Oh, he is. Whoops. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so now we're fully NC rather than being able to be blocked. So the way you can the little trick you can do is under the effects of key charge. If you throw them, it doesn't actually consume your throw. And if you notice the damage, we're not getting a damage modifier. So 35, and then even under key charge, there is no damage modifier. But we're still remaining under key charge, which allows us to then go up and get our combo or pressure continuation, right? So it sounds like they're getting rid of that, which is unfortunate because that mechanic has been in the game forever. So not only if you throw your opponent, would you lose your key charge, or sorry, in this game you keep your key charge, but even if the opponent throws you, you still keep your key charge too, which sucks if you forget about it. You're getting off the floor and you get counter launch because you forgot. But I mean, it's a weird change. So I have to assume if they're getting rid of the key charge, that means you're going to do bonus damage, 10% bonus damage, let's say, on your throw. I doubt it, but hopefully they don't forget about that. Okay, certain behaviors on airborne hit. Input timing has been adjusted to correct an issue when performing a wake-up kick or side roll after landing. Mistakenly trigger a side ukemi. Not in what gusto. Oh, okay. Okay, so they're nerfing the Yoshi Kin unblockable. So I'm not going to be able to reproduce this bug because I'm not a Yoshi player. But let me go ahead and try it. So basically what happens, one of the reasons Yoshimitsu is really good is because when he performs the, I guess, Kin 2 1+2 charge, it's a complete guard breaker state. And most importantly, let's see. Oops, okay. How can I just transition into Kin right away? Oh, that's, god dang it. It's like wall stand 4 hold forward. Or wall stand 4 1+2? Okay, that's it. Okay, so I guess... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so am I in... Maybe I have to be in NSS? Can I even do Kin out of NSS? Oh, shit. Okay, I didn't realize that was the criteria. You had to be in NSS. So basically, you're plus 14. So we'll drop... So that allows for back 2-2 to go through. So, of course, the difference here is because back 2-2 is a heat engager. If we're in NSS, if they block it, right, we get our full combo pickup and so on and so forth from there. Down 2-1 was the old Tekken 7 combos. But yeah, we get a back 2-2 launcher with heat dash cancel. But now if they're getting rid of it such that under effect of Ukemi, you can no longer get that, that would be interesting. Okay, let me reread it one more time just to make sure I'm not missing something. Input timing adjusted, correct an issue or performing a side wake-up kick or side roll kick after landing the attack. Trigger a side Ukemi. Oh, okay, so no. They're saying if you get hit by it, so let's go to Asuka then in that case, because it'll be easier to reproduce, I suppose. But like same thing, I've not seen this, or if I have, it's been mistaken. So what they're saying is, I guess, if you get spiked and you hit a wake up, it gives you the wrong input or something like that. And then we'll put ourselves under Naniwa Gusto, and then we'll have him do wake up or Ukemi? No, wake up kick, right? Okay. I'm clearly missing something. Maybe it's under low slump only, like May at 2-1-2 or some shit like that. Shit. I don't know. Okay, so it has to be on the side. Okay, I'm gonna let it be. So they're probably not getting rid of the kin 2 1+2 charge. Maybe they're just getting rid of some weird fringe cases where the game incorrectly gives you the wrong input. I don't know, man. I'm completely confused. I don't play enough Asuka or Yoshi to fully decode that. My apologies. Okay, practice. Shortcut has been added. Yeah. So what happens is, rather than you having to go into practice mode every time, and then you're like, okay, I want to go at the wall. So we're at the wall. But now if you want to go back to like open field, you have to go to default, and then same thing, you relaunch it. So what you can do now is when you go to do your whatever start, restart, or start A, now you can hold the directional and you would teleport to a different place. So if you hold back, it's like your back's to the wall. If you hold forward and restart, their back's to the wall. So rather than have to keep jumping in between menus, you can now actually change that by a shortcut, which is a really nice change because in case you've never had to deal with that, having to get to the wall, then you have to remember which wall and whose back is the wall and stuff like that. Big pain in the ass, especially when you start reversing things too. Huge pain. So yeah, that's a really good change that they're making that. So yeah, you can see that. So touchpad plus left or right to teleport to a different position. So either you're cornered or opponent's cornered. Okay, new item's been added to display settings. You can now, oh yeah, so rather than you seeing up here with your health and having like 180 health at max, you can now have it numerically tell you how much health you have. And then furthermore, in parentheses, it will tell you how much recoverable gauge there is. Also beyond that, you can also set how much health you have remaining. So if you want to do a combo that does absolute max damage, you set yourself to 1 health such that your rage art does the maximum possible. So yeah, that is different. That is a good change. And actually that's what they talk about here. So new setting for health. So that way you can test with various mechanics and stuff like that, and or make your combos look cooler because your rage art does more damage, sort of stuff. Because otherwise, if you activate rage here from this default setting, it's always going to be max health, 43 activation. So that means your rage arts will always do 55. So you can test with your health settings and play around with it, stuff like that. But no longer do you have to be like, oh, my rage art does 55, when in actuality, in a practice real match, it's going to do like 60 or 70 sort of thing. So once again, it's a nice quality of life buff for practice people or people who want to properly learn things. Okay, in defensive training, you can now set the number of attacks. Oh yeah, so that's also a really good change too. So right now, when you set punishment on, what it does is it's going to instantly try to punish the first move you do. So it'll block an attack, and then it will do the punisher. The problem is certain strengths, actually don't jail, or they jail, or he's trying to attack and then the attacks don't come out, or like you don't want to test necessarily the 4.2 1+2 for punishment. You want to test the second hit, sort of stuff, blah blah blah. So in this situation where it's single hit, it's easy for you to figure stuff out. But if you're not aware of it as like a beginner player, same thing. I mean, oftentimes like I'll do like videos for you guys, and I'll have to like, oh yeah, I have to backdash because I don't care about what 2-3 is on or 2 is on block. I want to know what 2-3 is on block, and then I get launch punish. So nice setting, very good setting, very very good change. It might be a little bit not as good setting as like the teleport kind of feature, but it's still a great setting if you're trying to learn something about your opponent's character and whatnot. Okay, corrected some errors in frame data. Yeah, so there are some bugs, in case you haven't noticed, in this menu. I don't have an immediate example, but sometimes it won't properly tell you the frame data on a string, especially if something is stance-based. Although I don't think that stance-based counts, but there are certain times where like the frame data just doesn't pop up for whatever reason, and I think it's because from what they've talked about, maybe in later, it sounds really spaghetti coded, which is unfortunate. But yeah, what can you do? Okay, certain icons, text, and other elements in the move list have been modified. Okay, so that's okay. Probably the one I can see them like changing. Even though it makes sense in context, but like red life destruction, like that, like if you first time you see that, you have no fucking idea what that means. In hindsight, it makes sense, but I can see them changing that. Maybe change tornado spin because it's kind of similar to homing. I don't know, just pure speculation. Okay, added functionality to jump between previous and next headings while viewing in the command list, as well as the ability to filter by icon. Okay, yeah, I don't quite understand headings. So the only thing I can think of heading is like heat move and heat system. Oh, maybe they're talking about like if you can jump between stances. Well, no, maybe stances aren't under header. Okay, we're on the wrong character. I guess Asuka doesn't have a stance. Okay, so maybe you can just like teleport between special moves and what gusto and shit. Okay, that's okay. The big one, of course, is filtering. The fact that you don't have to go through a whole move list and you're like, what's my homing attack again? What's my spin? Right? You know how many times you've done that? Probably. I've done that a lot, especially when learning new characters. So if we have a button to be like, oh, I want to know all my homing, all my heat engagers. Oh, well, heat engagers not quite, because it's always the top. Yeah, I want to know this or that or this or that. Yeah, you shouldn't have to go through the whole move list and miss something and then forget like it doesn't even exist. Okay, command lists added for players to check the lineup of special style moves. Okay, yeah, so basically what it is more than just like, oh, hey, this gives me there's like notes here, of course. I can't touch them, but okay, I am entering to Naniwa Gusto on heat. But now there's also going to be like, okay, well, if you do forward plus triangle during special mode, it will then give you this attack. And then also, I don't remember if you can program it or they're planning on programming it in the future, but I'm not too sure. Okay, there you go. That's kind of not quite what I'm talking about, but kind of. So by holding forward, you can now do different combos. So rather than doing your special mode, triangle, 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 now you can do forward triangle, triangle, triangle sort of stuff. Also, now when you perform a low parry, by tapping down forward, the game will now give you a proper low parry combo rather than a can combo because the height's different. So, okay, Sen, Celebration on the Sen now has a fix on it. I haven't seen where things aren't properly rendering. I have seen where the stage isn't properly rotating though. So that's not being addressed, but I guess some level of detail bug or some draw distance bug is being fixed. So yeah, obviously it's just whatever. Okay, Seaside Resort, PC, mitigating issue where effects on the stage unexpectedly in certain environments. I don't know what that is. Okay, made some adjustments for moves and cinematics. So sound effect voices. Yeah, I noticed Heihachi is definitely pretty loud relative to like the rest of the cast right now. So, okay, I guess we're going to get some sound improvements with Heihachi, which I'm all for. I'm for that. So please, hopefully we get some good ones. Wait, what the fuck? Why did I say pause first? Okay. Okay, Alisa. Okay, Arisa is not subject to bounce adjustments. Only unintended behaviors are corrected. Forward +2, hitbox expanded downward. I guess if you would get low profiled by certain characters, forward +2 would miss. Forward +2, of course, in v1.08, or sorry, in Tekken 8, can now transition into fly as well by holding, I guess, 3+4, then turn to boot. But yeah, I guess in certain situations this would miss, because I guess if you look at her height, the jabs are pretty high, or the you know, the palm thrust, if you want to call it that, is fairly high. So I guess she could get low profiled. By what character, I'm not sure, but ones that would immediately come to mind would probably be Feng down mech 3. I'm sure Feng down mech 3 fucks her up. So in v1.08, 4+2 will now consistently beat there, which is a good change. Because yeah, it's not safe on block, right? So she is taking risk by going for this. So it feels bad when you get Phantom crushed for no reason. Also, oh, I'll say it later. Okay. Asuka, not subject to balance, only unintended. Expanded hitbox upwards to reduce unintended ability to evade opponent's high attacks. So, yeah, I mean, in my experience, the forward 1+2 is like really beefy hitbox on it. So I guess now they're saying it's just going to be higher. So maybe that means certain high crushes will now consistently beat it rather than get phantom hit. That's the only thing I can think of. So up means buff, down means nerf. Expanded hurtbox upwards to reduce unintended ability to evade. Oh. So I guess... Oh, hurtbox. So there's two different things in this game. There's a hurtbox and a hitbox. So the hurtbox is Asuka, like your body. And then the hitbox would be the extending elbow. So I don't have a model viewer, but if you were to look at the model viewer, this was active for 2 frames. So for 2 frames, there's going to be a red line that's extending out of her. But her hurtbox, probably what it is when she's performing this, she's probably like naturally ducking here. So probably for like the first 10 frames, you can't really high jab her. And seeing as how, like, you know, power crush is activated on 7, if she's able to high crush during the power crush, right? That's a bad thing, because that means her power crush is like a free attempt to go for. I know in certain situations with like Dragunov, you can't throw Alisa when she performs her power crush. Something similar might happen with Asuka. So if anything, I'd say this is a nerf more than a buff. But maybe what they're saying is the verticality of the hitbox itself also, beyond just her hurtbox, the hitbox, also is naturally being extended. So now it'll be consistent anti-air, despite the fact that like anti-air is not a thing. That's just my speculation. Okay, down 4-3 and 4-4-2-3. Hitbox expanded to make it less likely to whiff against opponents in ground state. Okay, so certain characters, when they perform their steel pedals, just don't hit the opponent on axis. I don't know if that's the case with Asuka here, but I guess we'll give it a shot. Okay, let's keep you on the floor. God dang it. On axis. Okay, there you go. So this is probably going to work all the time now. Yeah, Bryan used to have this problem in older Tekken games where before steel pedals were really a thing, his sway 4 would just miss if you're on axis. Devil Jin also had the same problem, but Bryan they fixed a few patches ago finally, and Devil Jin they fixed last game. But yeah, this is one of those same situations. I guess if you're just too far on axis, the steel pedal effect doesn't hit, or consistently hit. But there we're hitting, whereas if we're always off axis, it's probably always going to hit. Of course, she also now has 3+4, which is, I guess, probably more of a consistent steel pedal, but they serve similar-ish reasons. Of course, the big one is if you're by a wall, it's the threat of steel pedal effect or natural wall splat to get him onto the wall. So there's force 50-50. I guess in certain situations you stay on the floor, the 50-50 just does not exist. So, okay, they're fixing that. That's okay. Okay, so Asuka was not on the list. She just got a buff to her crouch throw. Bryan, no balance changes. Down 1+2-3 hitbox around main body expanded to alleviate issues of whiffing at close range. Okay, so maybe the sway 3 at certain ranges would, the down 1+2 would push him back too far, and then the 3 would miss, or maybe the 3 had some weird low hitbox on it. It's interesting that they're fixing the hitbox on the third hit, right? Because I'm pretty sure this is still the same thing in this game. But during this string, it actually breaks walls. So maybe there was some also unintended problem where the low soccer kick would just also phantom whip here, and you wouldn't get the ground break, or the wall break rather. That's the only kind of thing I can think of, because otherwise I don't really know what specifically it would be, but that's my guess. Okay, no change to the Claudio. Devil Jin. Yeah, Devil Jin got some pretty nasty ones. Okay, let's read the description before we move on. Okay, v1.08 adjustments made Devil Jin unintended behavior, along with easing difficulty of using Heat Smash. Bro, his Heat Smash is good. I don't understand that. I mean, they nerfed it, but it's still really fucking good. Okay, change implemented allowing Devil Jin to return to standing after Heat Smash without transitioning to Morning Crow, despite the fact that after Heat Smash, I think Morning Crow is plus 13 or 12, right? So it's still a free attempt. Making it easier to leverage his strength and powerful ground-breaking abilities. Interesting. So I guess what they want you to do is Morning Crow, or sorry, Heat Smash, not drop Morning Crow, and then go for an option like back 1+2, or what's input? Down back 1+2 for guard break state. I guess something like that. Maybe that's the idea, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, in my opinion, like the amount of plus frames for Morning Crow is perfectly fine. Like if you compare Morning Crow versus like the up forward 1. Whoops, dang it, I gotta put him on guard. Oh, whoops, yeah, I don't like the terminology. Plus 11, and then what, by itself it's what, at least 13? Oh, it is also 11. Okay, I understand then. I thought the Heat Smash had better frame data on it, but clearly I'm 100% wrong. So, okay, sure. So then that leaves options like you having to commit to Crow 2 at your plus option, and then of course the Crow 2 is not safe on block, and then also it's minus 14s, so if your opponent has a wall stand 14, there's a problem with it. But like I said, I thought it had better frame data, but yeah, clearly I'm wrong. Okay, my bad, you got me, Namco. Okay, so now rather than going into automatic Heat Smash into Crow, where then we go for our plus 11, instead we're going to have the ability to do it and then hold back and take the frames. With that being said, I doubt it's still going to be plus 11. It's, if I was to guess, probably going to be plus 7, plus 8. In which case, the down back 1+2 is less effective as a tool. It's a 61 frame option, but whatever. Okay, up 3+4. Tracking ability of second hit has been enhanced. Okay, so yeah, the up 3+4, for all things considered, considering the fact it's launch punishable, if you were under the effects of heat mode, you don't want something like phantom whipping with the like open field and stuff like that. I'll put you on standing. So it makes sense. You're already like risking your life on this up 3+4. So why would you want the up 3+4 to possibly drop out at certain axes or something like that? So they're making it such that if you're risking your life, it's going to be more of a consistent option, which is a good change. I'm glad they didn't call it a buff because this is a quality of life fix. But yeah, that sucks when you, like I said, you do something launch punishable and it just misses for no fucking reason. Very, very frustrating. Okay, so wall stand 2, better hitbox. So now it's going to be better against characters who are going to be in a crouch state or a low slump state, or not low slump, but low profile, high crush state. So now it's not going to miss. In my experience, I've never seen it miss. I don't play Devil Jin at the same time, so there's probably a fringe case where wall stand 2 misses. And then here's the big daddy one, of course. CD2 with Devil Jin now has a perfect electric input on it. So what that means is if you are a cross-up player, like I am, or I used to use my cross-up, I don't use it anymore. But if you have a cross-up, now you can perform electrics super easy. And actually anyone can perform electrics super easy, right? So rather than doing, sorry, I'm a 2P Mishima, so let me go ahead and throw myself on the other side. So rather than us having to do, the full input of, to get the electric out, the forward, down, forward, neutral, down, down, forward, and same frame, you can now shortcut by that, which would be forward into down forward. So yeah, so let's see, I'm still hitting the down because of my muscle memory is too big. So basically what that means, if you look at the frame data on Wind God Fist, it's 11. So forward is a buffer frame, so that's a 0. Neutral is 1 frame, and then down forward 2 is the second frame. So that means you're 2 frames plus 11. That means Double Jin Perfect Electric when God Fist will be 13 frames. So that means technically if you play against a hop kicker, you know, hop kick launch punish every single time if you have the execution prowess for it. Or if you're going to be like me and play on a cheat box, right? You'll have access to a 13 frame electric. So seeing as how Heihachi already has a perfect electric, that means every single Mishima character has a perfect electric now. Except for Jin, like normal Jin, but at the same time he's not a Mishima. So neener, I guess. But yeah, I do not like the fact that every character has a perfect electric now. That's not a good change in my opinion. But hey, I guess whatever makes Double Jin more viable, you know, whatever, I suppose. But yeah, I don't like that Reina has it. I don't like that Heihachi has it. I don't like that Double Jin has it. If anything, that just hurts characters like Kazuya, who are harder to distinguish from now because he lost his sick standing 13 when every Mishima has it, right? If everyone's super, no one is, you know, shout out to Syndrome. Like, come on, right? Why don't do that shit, Namco, but whatever. Okay, Dragunov. V1.08, Dragunov's damage on some exceptionally powerful moves were reduced. Other aspects are being evaluated in the next update. Adjustments are planned. That will include changes to tracking and behaviors upon hit. So the big one, of course, is CD4 almost certainly won't track. Behavior on hit, I can see them nerfing back 4-3 to being a non-launcher. That's probably the big one on their mind. I do have a video about how to nerf Dragunov. I'll probably make that public. Or no, right now it's a member-only video. I've had it out for a few weeks. But I might make it public since they've officially announced this, I suppose. Okay, so back forward 2, the second hit now goes from 15. Oh, I got shut off rage. It's now going from 15 to 10. So that's a big nerf. It's a big nerf, especially because that means this NCC option is going to be worse. It's going to be 5 less damage for a lot of risk, all things considered. The real reason they're nerfing it, of course, is just to help mitigate some of his wall pressure. So once we get to the wall, you know, back forward 2 structures, of course, let's see. Let me pop my meter. Fuck it. Okay, I need to... Okay, I'll do 4-4-3. Option. And then from here, we have the force 50-50 between an option like the CD4, or, of course, we can then transition from here into tackle, which I guess... I've never really personally done this kind of meta, but I'd have to time it a little bit better. But the idea is there's like force 50-50. But now if you're getting rid of the spike option, this naturally is worse. Okay, there you go. I had to do a jab first. So 50-50 force. So the tackle, blue spark, so it's inescapable. But yeah, like I said, this is naturally just nerfing the damage between this 50-50. Now we're doing 5 less points. So at a certain point, it's like with Dragunov, maybe it's just better to go for just full spike, like the down 3 1+2 line sort of stuff, than rather go for an Oki. So they're nerfing it, the spike. Also, in an open field, it's not super valuable, but that takes away open field spike as well. So now it's like they're naturally poking Dragunov players away from using back forward 2 at wall meta or open field. So it's like, okay, if you're going to go for this trap, well, sorry, bub, now it's 5 less damage, which is big when we're talking about early scaling. Ended combo is not a big deal, but in that context, it can be a big deal. So it is a big nerf. Also, the fact that calculations are rounded down, 5 damage is essentially 3 less damage in a combo from 50 scaling right away. So on the end of your combo, that might even be like 4 less damage, all things considered. So it is a big deal. Okay, back 4-3, second hit is now going to be 16 damage instead of 20. That's also a big deal because look at that, 35. Like we just do a standard combo, running forward into down 3-2. Yeah, look at that, how much, 85 damage. So we've already done, what is it, 180? So yeah, we've basically done 50% like instantly, right? In one go, just like gone. From one mistake off back 4-3, which of course is now 14. Also, the lower hitbox on back 4 by itself is significantly better. So that is substantial. Substantial nerf. The big one, of course, is that it's going to take away open field combo potential. Because right now, because back 4-2 or back 4-3 open field is 2 unscaled, so 35. So 5 less damage on the front end is going to significantly hinder the open field damage potential off of this line. And I'm dropping it, of course. I should have done the same way the whole time. So QCF4, 4, and then just do the wall distance. I'll do something stupid, but yeah. Now we're gonna be dealing 5 less damage, which is a big deal, especially because that's like his 14 frame Punisher, right? So that's huge for 14 frame heat dash cancel Punisher launcher. Big. Okay, so it looks like the similar pattern. So 5 less damage, or I guess in this case 4 or 5 less damage is the MO for Namco here. So QCF4 is now going to do 22 rather than 25, and then as such, the chip damage is also going to be slightly nerfed. It's probably not that big a deal. If anything, like the most oppressive part really on CD4 is the +7. Of course, you're pushed back so far that like open field, it's almost impossible to actually use those frames to your advantage. But yeah, okay, 1 less damage on chip is fine. The one thing I'm curious about is because under the effects of heat mode, you are affected by what I call guts, a 2D mechanic in this game, where you take less chip damage. I wonder if under heat mode, it doing 4 less damage means it's going to do 1 point in chip or 2 points of chip. I don't know how much chip it does currently, but I have a feeling that rounding probably makes a big fucking deal. I'll just take a guess. So that might be substantially less damage under the effect of gut system, the rage enhance. That's my guess. So yeah, that is a big deal there. Okay, so wait, Eddy? Oh shit! I was like, what the fuck? I forgot that they put the DLC at the bottom. I was like, where's Eddy? Like, what, Feng? Where the Feng? Okay, so Eddy, no real changes to him, just one fix. So Negativa, aka Relax 3-3, now is going to be more consistent. Tracking capability of second hit has been enhanced exclusively when the first hit connects, alleviating occurrence of whiffing midway through. So, only thing I can think of, I don't know what combo I would do, but if I was to do, typically, like, let's see here. 2, down 4-1, then 3-3. Okay, no, that does hit still. Because, yeah, sometimes spin option, the 2-4 into relax 3-3, when you have it, like, very early, like, low-hit combos, that always hits. But once you start getting, like, more hits into the combo... Okay, like, that's too far. Like, to be honest, I'm surprised it hit the first time. Let me try, like... Oh, no, that structure doesn't work anymore in this game. So, like, I'm surprised this hit. Maybe against female characters that consistently misses. But yeah, sometimes you go for the relax 3-3, it misses, and what happens is because you don't get the... you know, you have a whiffed option. The frame data on the combos are different, and by the wall especially, it can be a problem. So by them making it more consistent, I mean, that's only a good thing, right? I wouldn't necessarily call this a buff. If anything, it's probably a quality of life fix in Eddy's favor. So, like, I wouldn't call it a buff, but I guess maybe now that Relax 3-3 is going to be more consistent, maybe there's going to be a new combo line. So maybe that's why they're saying, oh, it's a buff. Okay, so just in case, I'm going to go through this one really fast, just in case I was muted. Okay, so a couple major changes to Feng here. Basically, post Heat Smash, I guess there are scenarios where the opponent can backdash. Now, in our testing here against Devil Jin, even if we're at tip range, it looks like the backdash still gets clipped by our shifting option, shifting 1+2 and shifting 4. So maybe against certain female characters like Alisa, maybe, what do you call it? Zafina, or maybe even backdash options for other females. Like maybe for some reason Alisa back 3+4 maybe just caused the Phantom Whip anyway. But now it's going to be left closer such that it's a force 50-50 on the shifting 1+2 or the shifting 4. So that's the idea. So they're fixing that. Or rather buffing it. That's more accurately a buff. Whereas this one, now that after Kempo 4 1+2, the second hit now is going to consistently hit such that if you hit him with the Kempo Hell Sweep, the second hit will always hit. So yeah, that is a nice quality of life buff because, especially considering the fact this is like a drop back stance, like we can be at neutral, right, and it still misses the Hell Sweep. So yeah, that's a big deal. But now, if it's like more consistently such that the second hit will always hit, that's nice. So instead of you risking your life doing Kempo drop, doing a low, which I presume is launch punishable on block. Let's go ahead and check. Yeah, 31 on block, unlike CD4, right? Like, you know, but, okay. Now, at least if you take the risk in between, you take the risk of the 4, you're no longer going to die for the 1+2, just phantom whiffing. And then, of course, because it's a high, if, you know, you're able to space it out on reaction, you can just duck the high to evade, sort of thing. So, same thing. Even though it looks like the back turn 1+2 mid, it's not. So, that is a nice quality of life change. The first one, though, feels like a little overkill, all things considered, because the heat smash for Feng, just in general, is a launcher, and it's kind of similar to Jin, you know, heat smash 4. It just hits real. Oh, that's not a great example, but it's a launcher, full launch option. Let's see if I'm here, will this launch like right here? Wow, almost, dude. Okay, if I'm at the end of this thing, it's probably gonna launch right here, right? Okay, almost there. So if we're like here, it's probably gonna launch. Okay, you get the idea. So I don't know, like buffing that seems like overkill. I don't know, whatever. Okay, so what do we have now? Oh, okay, Hwoarang. Like I said, I wasn't sure when I muted, so if I wasn't muted, I'll edit the clip, of course.
Get ready for the next battle.
Okay, in v1.08, unintended behavior with Hwoarang was fixed. Additionally, about the nerfs made in v1.05 due to difficulties and countering him, so their time went down 3-4. It felt that it was compensatory. God, he was compensated. I can't fucking talk. My bad. Buffs lacked appeal. Therefore, some moves have been improved as part of balance adjustment. While Rising 3. Oh yeah, this is not one I'm gonna be able to test because this is a big deal. Okay, on hit, Wall Rising 3 now allows for down 3+4 to hit consecutively on the ground, and increasing the opportunity to activate heat. And by ground, they mean standing. They don't mean on a grounded state, because that'd be absurd. Okay, so for people who don't know, Wall Stand 3 is a really crucial move to his toolkit, because before Tekken 8, like the best you could do would be like crouch cancel into back 3, you know, stuff like that. But now he has Wall Stand 2-3 to complement his toolkit, such that he has a 15-frame Wall Stand launcher. So someone at Namco is like, you know what, 15 frame ain't good enough. A safe Tsunami Kick ain't good enough. Let's go ahead and give him a buffed Wall Stand 3 now. So Wall Stand 3, unless they did make it punishable. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so yeah, it is punishable on block in this game. My bad, my bad. Okay, that's a little bit different. So yeah, minus 12 on block. But now they're saying if you hit them on your 14 framer, now down 3+4 afterwards is guaranteed. So this is I-13, and then on block, minus 14. So if you fuck up the confirm, you're in trouble. At the same time, I guess you can't fuck up the confirm because you're minus 12, but okay, neither here nor there. So instead of getting a knockdown where we get like steel pedal or whatnot after, or Wall Stand 3 into 4-4-3, follow-up option, then we can go for down 4-3 approach and stuff like that. Now it's going to be Wall Stand 3 into down 4-3+4, which is going to be pretty good. It's going to be even better if Wall Stand 3 into down 4-3+4 is like 100% scaled. So 28 damage plus 22. So if that full thing is like basically 50 damage on a 14 framer, that gives you heat and your, you know, heat engager, so you're plus 17 on pressure, where you have access to, not that, but what is the hell sweep option? Okay, that's not it either. My bad. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. The Arafat? Yeah, sorry. When I say I don't play Hwoarang, I mean it. But usually when I do Hwoarang stuff, I like go out of my way to learn the inputs, but obviously right now I'm completely cold, so I'm not gonna have shit. Okay, but that's interesting that they're adding that. Okay, furthermore, adding ship to left flamingo for slide 3 and allowing Hwoarang to act first. Oh no, I don't like that change at all. Okay, so back in the day with Baek, okay, let's cancel. So, is that left? Was that 4 slide 3 or 3 slide 4? I can never remember. Oh, 4 slide 3. Okay. Because I'm thinking of the other one. Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. If they're buffing that to be plus frames, I'm like, that'd be a horrible change. But okay, so it's no longer going to be -2, despite the fact, like I said, I don't think on transition it's negative. Maybe it's even. Maybe they're going to make it +1 instead now, or maybe +2. Rather, okay. If you're a Hwoarang player, please correct me because I have no fucking idea what's going on here. Okay, heat activation. So his heat smash, hitbox or hurtbox, extended downwards, alleviating issue where certain lows would whip. Okay, so I guess when he goes for his heat smash, does he low crush? Okay, he takes a little hop, so maybe he no longer low crushes during the hop now. Although I don't think I've ever seen that work. Of course, kind of similar to Feng, the big issue with the heat smash is that it's also a wall. It's a wall splat, and then from the from RFS you have access to the overhead, which is what down forward 4 I believe. For the overhead, and the overhead's a counter at launcher and plus frames on block, so it's nasty. So not only do you have the wall splat, you have follow pressure that's completely safe on block, and it's counter at launcher. It's like super good. So okay, I guess they had determined that the heat smash portion low crushing was just overkill. So I mean that's good. That's good change all things considered. So I'm perfectly happy with that. Okay, up back 4. Change jump status from 15-17 to from 5-15 to 5-17. Okay, so that's something that I've noticed in this game or in this patch. So certain attacks, like when you go airborne, right as you initiate the attack, you're actually grounded state. So what they're saying is during the last 2 frames, because this hits on 17, so during the last 2 frames, you can be basically trip guarded, which is like a 2D term. So during these last frames, you can be hit. Victor has a ton of these where he's not actually airborne properly, the full animation, and funnily enough, Victor did not get any buffs to fix that. So shoutouts to Namco for clearly caring about Victor. So yeah, now they're saying, okay, during the entire animation, so from, instead of 5-15, now 5-17, so as soon as he kicks and then the last 3 frames, or 4 frames technically, he'll be then in a grounded state, or you can hit him. But until the first impact frame, he's now going to be fully airborne, which is crazy because that's JS5 then. So now granted, does this do anything? I would imagine not because we're playing T8, but let's see. No, okay, it doesn't do anything. And we're too far to probably take that +10. Yeah, way too far. Wait, I guess open field +10, so. Okay, wall stand 3. So, yeah, now guarantees down forward 3+4, or up forward 3+4, 4. Oh, no shit. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's 14. Yeah. So it's going to be now clean 14. Down forward 3+4 is 13. So that's why. So up forward 4 now. Interesting. Okay. Enables the player to deal greater damage for aim of heat activation. So yeah, big question, of course, is that double unscaled hit such that the combo is going to do 50 damage, or are they going to scale the second hit of down forward 3+4 so it's going to deal 70% damage instead? If it was a different character, I'd say 100% 70 damage scaling, but you never know. Okay, during right stance, down forward 3, collision detection for this attack expanded downwards to make it harder to jump over the opponent. Okay. So, brand new move, of course. Down forward 3 on block +1. There are scenarios where during the animation, Hwoarang would jump over you. So now they're making it such that it's going to consistently not cross up or in a bad way for Hwoarang. The only issue I have here, though, is down forward 3 is a heat engager, launcher, so, okay, now he's going to have a consistent, steel pedal, or not steel pedal, but like an orbital option that's advancing, homing, and plus frames, and now you can no longer low profile it either, so I don't know. I'm still inclined to believe you can probably down back 3 under it. Oh shit, you know what? Fuck it, we can just test this. Oh, it's going to be hard to test because of the speed of it, though. Okay, I'm not going to test it. Knowing Namco, they're going to make it such that down back 3 doesn't go under it anymore, though, so. Okay, left flamingo, 4 slide 3. Left flamingo 4 slide 3 quick input to expand the variety of offensive options when left flamingo. Following adjustments have been made: chip damage on block, modified behavior. Wow, look at that, -2 to +6. Hell, what the fuck? What are you smoking, Namco? So was it left flamingo, right? Yeah, left flamingo. Bro, why? You know what really kills me about this, too? Is if I re-enter... Okay, let me show you. So if I'm +6 there, and like we have heat mode enhanced, we have down back 4, 16 counter hit trap, right? So we take our turn, then we have, you know, heat enhanced version, down back 4, RFS, sort of combo structures and stuff like that. So +6 on the fucking 16 frame. I mean, even without counter hit, like down back 4, dude, like it does so much damage for a low. Completely invisible. And then pressure lines afterwards too. All up option, lockdown, like re-enter stance, lockdown, down 4-3 option, maintain pressure going through. Down back 3, take turn back once he gets to like range 2-ish. Like 1.5. I mean, shit, dude. +6 is fucking huge. Now, granted, maybe you're just not allowed to enter back into stance with a 4-side 3, like Baek could. Baek would be Flamingo 3+4, and he'd hold forward, and he could do 3+4 forward, 3+4 forward. But yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm pretty sure he can, but whatever it is, I don't fucking know what the input is, if he can. And yeah, we don't have time to keep going for it. So yeah, that's a big deal. +6 is huge. Of course, there's significant pushback, of course. That's like the big detriment here. But yeah, I mean, if we're by a wall, I presume that's not going to be... We're going to be right on the shit, right? There's going to be no pushback. Yeah, look at that. +6, now back 4 on 14, or 13. Sorry, and back 4 is still a counter launcher too. Oh, man, yeah. I'm just thinking about that. +6. Wow. Yeah, everyone lost their Magic 4 except for Hwoarang, by the way. I guess technically Steve still has back 1, but okay, whatever. Tight. Okay. Make sure. That said Paul. Oh, yeah, Paul. I saw Paul's... Wait. Jack. Okay, we're getting way ahead of ourselves. Paul did get some weird buffs, though. Okay, Jack. v1.08, not subject to balance changes. Just fixes. Okay, heat mode activation, 2+3. Hitbox around main body expanded to alleviate issues of whipping. Okay, so I guess the heat smash now, I guess, won't phantom whiff at 0. But at the same time, I mean, I'm not a Jack player, at least in this game, so I haven't seen the scenario where it whiffs, but there must be a scenario where it does completely miss. Or maybe what happens is during some low profiles, because he's coming with an overhead, maybe the overhead just misses low profiles at 0. Or something like that. That's the only kind of thing I can think of. But yeah, when heat mode's available, so that's heat burst they're talking about. Okay, hitbox, span around main body. Issues whiffing at range 0. Or maybe, who knows, maybe it's something to do with the fact that heat burst doesn't track. Maybe if they just sidestep even a little bit, this heat burst completely misses. I don't know for a fact. Okay, and oh yeah, this is an interesting change. So basically, when you do the debug motion, it's a really interesting input. So down, back, down into a forward input. So you kind of slide your joystick and do it. One of the changes that they made in Tekken, I think it was Tekken 8. I don't think they made the change in T7 yet. But during like crouch dash motions where you do like this pumping input, back in the day, this would be kind of like a stance. So you couldn't low parry when you did this stance. So what they did is in one of the early patches of Tekken 8, they made it such that this isn't really a stance until you commit to the button, in which case you have a button. But now if they would go for a low, you could effectively low parry them. So Jack is not the best example here, but what they're saying now is when you go for the full debug input, it will actually now properly low parry you rather than be stuck in like this debug stance where it's waiting for you to hit a 1 or a 2. Now it's going to properly work. Let me put him. I guess this works. Whoops. Yeah, so I'm trying to low parry there versus normal parry timing, which would work, sort of stuff. So yeah, they're fixing it so that it's no longer a stance, at least until you hit a button. And then from there, you have debug 1, of course, and then debug 2. You have access to both those. So I guess during this, if you're just pumping the input, you'll now properly get a low parry. Of course, if you commit to the string, it's never going to work, period, right? Because you're actually attacking. But similar idea. If you just pump it, you're no longer like going to get the wrong input. Like, come to think of it, that's what I was trying to say too. So because like oftentimes you're back, holding back the guard, right? You want to go to a low parry. Sometime your low parry input's dirty, so you'll get the debug input, and even though you're like mentally hitting low parry, your dirty input is now getting this jack style debug motion, and now right you can't low parry when you're trying to parry. Okay, that's different because I shortcut from down to down forward. But yeah, if you get a dirty input, you can't low parry in this game. So now in T8, in V1.08, it will properly work. So that's a nice change. It's a change that's like should have been already in the game when they made the crouch dash changes. Like back in the day, Mishima crouch dash wouldn't low parry. Dragunov, like snake dashes, wouldn't low parry. But those have all been fixed for a long time. And now they're finally fixing Jack and what do you call it? And Bear. Okay, Jin. Stand 4, no changes. Damage adjust against midair. 18 damage to 15. Okay, what the fuck does that mean? Wait, what? Okay, well, wait. 18 to 15. Oh, okay, wait. 15, 3. Wait, how much damage was this? 15. Oh, okay. So 15, 70 of 50 with round down. I guess, yeah, that's incorrect, isn't it? Times 0.7. Okay, yeah, so in theory, if it's an airborne hit on 100 on 15, it should be dealing 10 damage against airborne. But here, it's dealing 12 damage. So yeah, the calculation's incorrect. The only other math calculation I've ever caught was Dragunov down 4-4 is doing less damage than it should, even with rounding. So yeah, I don't know if they ever caught that. I made a video about it in a different video where I didn't like highlight that attack. But in the video, I talked about how there was a bug, but I never like reported it. I'm sure it's still in the game. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, a lot of these games like really spaghetti coded. So yeah, Okay, so I guess, yeah, stand 4 was doing way too much damage mid-combo. So that makes sense. It was a math bug or spaghetti code bug, whatever. Okay, during heat, her heat smash does not track when it whiffs. That's really weird because I'm pretty sure they nerfed this already a long time ago. Let's go standing block, and then I'll have you full walk. Oh, no, Gen. Oh, my bad. Gen. So she has 2 heat smashes. So how would I set this up? Gen 4, 3 plus 4? Now, what enters into Gen from the string itself? I know Izu entrance is Gen, though. I never... Gen, though. Okay, whatever. Let's just try... Oh, I guess I could just do this and then manually Gen. Ah, there you go. Look at that. Fucking full track on the second hit. That's something that's kind of pissed me off when I play against Jun. So you'll be in a grounded state. They'll manually enter it again, and they'll do the heat smash. And what you might not know, unless you played a lot of Juns here, is that it fucking OTGs. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. Like, in OTGs, like, I don't understand that. She's like one of the only characters in the game with like a full OTG heat smash. It's super frustrating because, yeah, you'll be on the ground, you'll delayed side roll, you'll evade the first hit, and then the second hit will still hit you because evidently the motherfucker full tracks like 360. What the fuck, dude? I mean, yeah, at least 180, of course, but holy shit. That's insane, dude. Okay, I never knew that part about it. Like I said, I just know you get hit on the ground, and I get super frustrated when it happens. Okay, wall stand 1-4, 1+2. Hitbox been reduced to occurrence of them hitting behind you. Okay, I mean, this is going to be really hard to test, but I guess the shoulder part of it... Okay. Handball. Okay, yeah, I guess maybe the shoulder would also full track, like, again, heat smash. I don't know for a fact. I've never seen that, but I don't know. Okay, Kuma. Okay, no fixes for Kazuya or Kuma, but we're buffing Devil Jin and adding Heihachi. Poor Kazuya, bro. Okay, no changes, just fix. Down 1 hitbox expanded to mitigate certain whiffs. So down 1 is his duck jab. So this is the jack. Well, look at that. Okay, it's the jack duck jab. So I guess sometimes it's just fucking phantom whiffs, like we saw there. That doesn't count, but I guess the range doesn't properly match up 1-to-1 with the hitbox. So okay, they fixed it. And then yeah, similar to jack. Now the low parry is going to be fixed. So basically, for people who don't know, Bears and Ganryu were initially jack clones. So now they're fixing it, that debug input. Same thing, we'll go ahead. Whoops. Okay, that time I got it, but it was probably more of a timing thing than anything. Yeah, so we should be getting a low parry, but we're not getting it. So they're fixing that. And of course, Bear does have that. And then the low option too. Maybe it's a 2 option. Sorry, I never do the fucking debug input with him. Ever since they nerfed the debug in general with both characters, I like never use it. Technically with Bear, I guess open field debug 2 is like the better combo line, but that's only if you want to push him far away. But yeah, they slowed down debug in this game for Jack, and then debug 2 doesn't have wall bounce, of course, right? So it doesn't feel like really worth using, in my opinion. So same thing with Bear, I never fucking do that shit. Oh yeah, this is a nice one. This is a huge one. So, what do you call it? Nee made a tweet, and in that tweet he was talking about there's this huge discrepancy between fast power crush, or not power crush, fast heat engagers and slow heat engagers. And certain characters' heat engagers are significantly better than others. And then in all the examples, it's like, okay, La 111 heat engager full launcher. That's a 10 frame counter hit confirmable launcher, right? That's really fair. And then he showed how like Lars is 111. Whoops. Doesn't, right? We get a bobble combo. But the real problem with Lars 111 is this. It's the fact that the fucker does not wall splat. They nerfed it for some reason in Tekken 8. So, cool, we have this heat engager that in an open field, now here, this is where we get like small combo, right? But like open field, we don't get shit. And then when we're by the wall, we also don't get shit. So it's like, okay, really cool. So now they're fixing it. Finally, they're fixing it such that 111 gives wall splat. Because they, like I said, they nerfed it. For some reason, someone had it out, in my opinion, for a Lars at Namco. Like, someone really didn't want him to be, like, usable, even though they changed, like, a lot of weird shit on him. But yeah, like, little weird things. Like, weird that he has his 101 was complete shit. No wall splat, no launcher status, flop only, so on and so forth. And then, again, you compare it to, like, every other heat engager in the game. And this one is like one of the worst, even though it still is really good for counter confirmable 10. So don't cry for him necessarily. But like you get someone to the wall and you don't get a splat, it feels really, really bad. Out of curiosity, what does this do on hit period? I don't think it even... It's probably like shit frame data too. I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah. Okay, +5. Not great, but not horrible. Of course, we don't have access to down forward 2. We have this new down forward 2, so whatever. 15, not nearly as good. But yeah, +5, no wall splats. Like, bro, what? Okay, thank God they fixed it. Oh yeah, I did tweet about that. I was like, yeah, it's like, oh, good examples, but yeah, Lars is the worst of those. Okay, martial law, no changes, fix the bugs. 1-1, a bug where a specific input prevented the opponent from crouching. The second, oh, what? Whoa, what? Okay, so that's actually... I'm glad that they kind of mentioned this. Although I don't know if I'm going to reproduce this. Yeah, look at that. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, so... Okay, so remember how I said, oh, you know, the heat engager for Law here, right? Super OP, because that means he has a counter confirmable option. You know, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, whatever. Back 2-1, I guess, is modern day combo structure. So, like, okay, we have a counter confirm, right? But there is counterplay against 1-1, and the counterplay is 1-1 is non-jailing. But I guess it only non-jails if you hit the 1-1-1, but if you do 1-1, it jails. Wait, what? Wait, now he can duck it? Okay, that's so crazy. Okay. Okay, yeah, they had to nerf that. That's... I'm like, my mind is blown here. What the fuck? Yo, what a bug. What? Oh my god, was it because I, like, did it really fast? Or really slow? Whoa, I know. I'm so confused. Okay, I'm glad they're fixing that. I was thinking, well, if you do this 1-1, they can't... Oh, he couldn't duck it. Wait, I'm so... Okay, so yeah, the counterplay was you can duck 1-1-1, right? Because it's non-jailing, but I guess there was a bug such that you couldn't duck it all the time. Whoa, that's crazy. Okay, and then the second one is what we had seen earlier with Hwoarang up back 4. Law instant running 3, so it's going from 29 to 32, so that must mean it hits on frame 30. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, what? Wait, what? Wait, why is it 32? Are they talking about the entire... Okay. Okay, so... okay, maybe this is what they're talking about. So, for people who don't know, so JS9, Jumping State 9, which hop kicks are like typically the most common, fastest and like jumping attack in the game. There are attacks like Can that are JS5. We had seen Hwoarang up back 4 is JS5. So there are characters who have faster attacks, but they typically don't full launch. So you might think to yourself, okay, well, if this is JS3, right? Okay, that's by far the fastest jumping attack in the game. The issue though is you have to interpret all the inputs in your input buffer. So forward is that's frame 0 that can be buffered. Then there's a neutral 1, forward 2, neutral 3, forward 4. So what that means is it takes 4 frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 frames for him to get airborne. So technically, at its absolute fastest, this would be JS7, which is faster than JS9, right? So if we have 4 frames, okay, there you go. Yeah, 4 frames. So 28 plus 4 is 32. So they're calculating the animation, the running animation in it. The problem is, knowing Namco, that might be incorrect. They might actually fuck up, but I don't know. Okay, so the idea is to have it fully jumping for the entire time, so you can't get trip guarded on the last couple of frames. Now he's fully airborne until he kicks you, and then he's touching the ground. Oh, maybe that is there too. You see that? When he kicks you, he's still falling to the ground. Yeah, so he's still falling to the ground. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it also takes 4 frames for him to touch the ground, and now he's standing. Option. So what happens if I whiff running 3? Same thing? Yeah, okay, there you go. So now I'm touching the ground. Although technically that would be frame 28, right? Because it's active for that much time. That was probably frame 28 here. And now recovery frames. Okay, hard to say, but I think maybe they're calculating the 4 frames of the instant running input into this calculation. Okay, Lee.
Get ready for the next battle.
Okay, no major changes, mostly bug fixes. Oh, the only change is the heat smash. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for Lee. So basically what it is, okay, first things first. So I guess there's a bug where if you're in special style, he bugs out and the game's kind of freezes for you. Or, you know, you become unresponsive, so Lee freezes, your opponent's still attacking you during it. So they fixed that, so there's no more lag time, I guess, where your character becomes unresponsive. The big one, of course, is this. His heat smash is now going to be -15. So for people who don't know, his heat smash is a low, but it jails the whole time. So technically here, if you're Double Jin, you can hold duck and you're still going to block the mid follow-up, right? You're still blocking it. Now we're minus 15. So instead of minus 15, well, now we're minus 14. So that's a good change. The only issue I have with it is that Victor's is still going to be minus 15 because Victor didn't gain changes. But I think rather than being 14, it probably should just do more damage. At the same time, his heat smash is so not super good that most people take the forward 3 instead for heat, dash cancelable full launcher sort of shit. Something like that, like down 2 structure, 4 up, 4 3, blah blah blah. So yeah, most people are gonna go for 4-4-3 period. But I guess now that this is only minus 14, more people are gonna be more inclined to use the low heat smash. Also, notice the wall splat icon. If it's a strong breakable wall, it will launch. Of course, again, the damage is the biggest problem. Launch punishable for 37 damage is dog shit. So they clearly had to fix it. I just hope that Victor's hopefully gets eventually the same treatment. Okay, down 3-4. Expanded hitbox. Alleviate instances where the attack would miss. So they don't mean the hurt box, so it's harder to hit Lee. They mean the down 3 would sometimes fucking phantom miss. So let's see here. Let's do block. And yeah, shoutouts to Azzy. This is a trap. This is something I learned from him. Okay, so notice how Double Jin kind of takes a hop. So this should work. Yeah, so despite the fact our down 3 is 16, right? So we're +1. So we should counter hit Double Jin here. We don't hit him. It completely misses. So that's important. So now down 3 in the next patch will consistently win in that spot. So down 3 now has a bit better vertical hitbox to stop like phantom crushing in these like weird jumping states. Like can't really call it a true jump. It's kind of like a short hop from like a 2D fighter game. But yeah, that's a nice fix for sure. With that being said, Lee down 3 should be minus 16. Bangdemic 3 should be minus 16. I will die on that hill. Okay, Leo. Fubu. Fobu. 1+2. No changes. Is Fobu K&K? Or is that BOK? I assume that's K&K. Let's find out. Let's see here. Move list. What the fuck is Fobu? Has to be K&K, right? Darn Jinbu. Fobu. Oh, it is BOK. Okay, BOK 1+2. Position of attack hitbox has been adjusted, alleviating instances where the attack would miss in certain situations. Honestly, I've never seen BOK 1+2 miss. I don't like the idea that they're buffing that. They didn't call it a buff. They're calling it a fix, but I've never seen fucking BOK 1+2 miss. Like, she almost turns around fucking to both sides during the animation, even off weird axie combos. So alleviating instances where attack would miss. So they call it a fix, but I don't know, man. That feels like more like a buff. So there must be some weird fringe case where BOK 1+2 misses. Your guess is as good as mine. If you're a Leo player, please let me know, because that sounds like bullshit. Okay, this one is nice though. Leroy no changes is a fix. Forward 1+2 is his power crush. So attack, so hitbox when intercepting an attack has been expanded to reduce instances of whiffing. So forward 1+2 is his old forward 1+2. It's now a power crush. But yeah, it's a little bit of a high hitbox, all things considered. So I guess what they're saying is when you're effectively blocking incoming now, you're going to, I guess, consistently hit the opponent for mashing out. That's probably my guess. So I'm not going to be able to reproduce it. Shit, what the fuck? Did I tell you to do? Other way. There we go. Ah! Okay, here we go. Yeah, so maybe during this animation, you could get low profiled or something like that. That's probably my guess. Personally, I haven't seen it, but at the same time, I don't really use Leroy Power Crush. I probably should use it more often. But yeah, it's no longer safe on block, and it has limited uses in my experience, so I tend not to use it. In Tekken 7, of course, 4-4-2 is a completely different use for the move, but now post-nerf, or post-change, I say, nerf is not really accurate. I just don't feel a need for it, but okay, they fixed some weird bug. Same thing, like, is this a buff? Like, I don't think so. I think BOK 1+2 is more of a buff than fixing forward 1+2, so whatever. Okay, Lidia, approach, no changes, fix. Approaching from the left side throw. Adjustment made to fix issue where the opponent, if not performing actions, would be treated if he's in a grounded state. Oh, fuck. He's going to keep turning around. Fuck you. Standing. So can I stomp him? Wait, that is left state. Wait, what? Okay, 1+4. That's he's left standing. Oh shit! I didn't even know about that. Yo, what? So wait, I can stomp? Oh, dude. Oh my god. How have I not seen this tech? So if I'm at a wall, I can stomp? Okay. Sure. That's kind of a bummer they're fixing that, but whatever. Okay. Damn, that was kind of cool. That kind of reminds me of the Lars tech, down forward 2 into stomp against a standing opponent in Tekken 7. Okay, quick select. That's cool. Bummer they're getting rid of it. Okay, no changes for Lily. Shoutouts. Okay, bounce direction. Although Nina has high difficulty in execution, possesses excellent offensive sustainability and frequent opportunities to land aerial combos. That's 100% true. Boosting several strengths, particularly in close range combat. Also true. v1.04. Considering the frequency of her aerial combos and relatively low risk for combo starters, I mean, she has generic down 4-2. I can't really necessarily single her out, but sure. Damage of techniques frequently used in combos has been nerfed. Okay, heat mode. 2+4. Fix it so the attack does not track the opponent when it whiffs. Oh, cool. I mean, I just duck it. If I cause a whiff, I've said this a lot of times to you guys, but yeah, if you get the power crush to whiff, or the heat smash to whiff, you can just duck it. But yeah, that didn't track though. Okay, maybe sights out. Oh, okay, well that hit. How about the other way? The sidewalk. Oh, wait, no. Oh, he got clipped on sidewalk left. Oh, maybe they didn't intend it to fully track. Maybe that's a bug. Oh, that would be more interesting. Oh, look at that. That did track too. Oh, like I said, I'm so used to ducking it because the heat smash. Let me just space it out here. Because the heat smash itself is a high, but the first hit's a mid. So you can launch Punisher for whiffing. I didn't realize that the second hit almost fully tracked both ways. That's crazy. I don't know. I usually try backdashing and ducking. That's typically how I tried baiting it out. Okay, nice. So that's a good change, 100%. Okay, Nina nerfs, by the way, and here are a bunch of buffs. Okay, hitbox expanded. Adjustments were made to collision detection in order to mitigate whiffing in certain scenarios. Okay, so I guess the Blonde Bomb would sometimes miss. Blonde Bomb would also sometimes miss, but they nerfed Blonde Bomb. Why? They're fixing it? Maybe unintendedly they over-nerfed it? Is that what they're saying? Then same thing, down 4-1-2 Blonde Bomb. And then running or charge Blonde Bomb. Although it's not charged, it's just normal level 1. Okay, interesting. So does that mean Blonde Bomb's gonna hit grounded now? Is that what's gonna happen? Is that what they're saying? Nerfed character, by the way? Bro, what? Okay, 2-3. Adjusted transition. Oh, yeah, so, yeah, this is definitely a bug. Same thing, I wouldn't call this a fix. In certain scenarios, the 2-3 would not shift to an attack throw, which is really important to understand that because the trap knees are, oh, fuck you. They should be still minus 14. Oh, minus 13 this game, okay. So they're punishable on block. So her going for trap knee, she is taking some inherent risk. So the fact that sometimes it wouldn't work is a big deal. So that's good. Same thing. I don't call that a buff. That's not a buff. That's a fix. Whatever, Namco. Okay, down forward 3-2. Just the damage. That's her typical carry line. So that mostly affects her wall potential more than anything, right? That's the standard option. Down forward 3-2, everyone's favorite. And then from there, it's just extension. And then spin option, you know, whatever you want to do. Like I said, it's more of a big deal at the wall, where down forward 3-2, and let's say, you know, Ivory Cutter, Blom Bomb, or Full Root, stuff like that. So that's big. So losing 4 damage is big. So once again, I'll reiterate that damage is rounded down. So anytime you have an odd number, that means it's more, it's naturally rounded down already. So if this was a 10, it not just does 1 more point of damage. In its scaling, it's likely going to do 2 more points of damage with rounding issues. So there are breakpoints where the even number is significantly better. So anytime you see an odd number, that's a really bigger nerf than you probably immediately think of. Okay, damage 3+4 exclusively for. Oh, okay. So yeah, so in certain scenarios, I'm not a Nina player. I'm not gonna be able to do this for you guys. But in certain scenarios at the wall, you could cross up them and then go for a launcher. So what would happen is they would tech roll, and then your Divine Cannon would get to their back, and then it would be a launcher guaranteed. So they're saying they're getting rid of the reset, which is good. I mean, we haven't really seen Arslan do it. There have been a few times I've been commentating, and I say, oh, is Arslan going to go for the reset? That's the reset I'm talking about. Both of the wall stand 3+4 reset, and then deep dash crossover QCF4 reset, where you pick them up off the ground. But yeah, I guess it's not as big a deal anymore. Unless she has the other one still. Yeah. But yeah, the Divine Cannon reset is something that we really haven't seen much in like high-level play, like tournament play. But it is there, and it's one of those things you have to worry about. And then especially considering the fact that you just did a combo where your opponent's at the wall, and now all of a sudden your Divine Cannon hits them for 1 billion damage. Yeah, they had to get rid of that, so that's good. That makes me wonder if they're going to get rid of the cross-up Sonic Fang tech for Steve. I wonder about that too. Okay, up 4-3, now dealing 18 damage. So basically 2 less points, but 1 less point of damage during your combo. So typically it's like up 4-4, up 4-3, and then your combo line or whatever from there. So yeah, they're nerfing both of that. So up 4-3 deals 1 less damage, but like I talked about, it's going from an odd to an even, so it's not that big. Up forward 3 going from 20 to 18 is a much bigger deal too. And then yeah, QCF1 is now going from 20 to 18. QCF1, everyone's favorite launcher. Now, I'm sure most of you guys know by now, but it's also +1 on block. So afterwards, you're taking a lot of chip damage, and then of course, if you get hit by it, not only do you take a fuck ton of damage, period, +3. Okay, not that bad. I mean, the damage is big, right? 20 to 18, and now, of course, less you have to worry about like the QCF to your face. So a little bit less chip damage is good. That basically means you're going to stay alive longer in the face of danger, and then especially because you're -1, and then down for 1-2 with the big hitbox in this game, advancing option, high Sheeta dropping, shit like that, you name it. So it is nice. They're slowing down Nina's game. They're also reducing her damage, which should help out everyone of all skill levels. So definitely a good change there. Okay, getting to the end. Panda just got the same buffs that Kuma did. So down 1, hitbox improvement, and then of course the debug low parry. Okay, Paul. v1.08 adjustments were made to stabilize behavior of down back 2 and strengthen deep dive down forward 2-1. While the move Deep Dive down forward 2-1 was adjusted in v1.05, they expanded its versatility and ground tactics, quote-unquote, arrow combos, which is really good, actually. Its practical effectiveness remained highly situational. I don't agree with that at all. I think that move is really fucking good, and if your character doesn't have a really long range 12 or 13, you can run into big problems fucking right away. So Okay, therefore damage was significantly increased to enhance its overall utility. I hate that. That sounds fucking dog shit. Whatever. Okay, expanded hitbox. Down back 2 to downward, but only when the opponent is in a fully down state. Primarily aims to make it easier to land on combos or on opponents attempting a side roll. To avoid affecting aerial combos, adjustment has not been applied when the opponent is in airborne state. So down back 2 is his old school steel pedal. I think it's still a counter launcher too. Yeah, whoa, that's not even, it's even better. It's not even a tornado spin. Against grounded, it's a steel pedal effect. The really nasty part about down back 1 is down back 1 on block is -11, but with significant pushback. So, like, most 10s are going to miss at that range, in my experience. Although here, that seems to be working, but yeah, okay. I don't know. It's really, really strong, and then steel pedal effect is really good too. So what they're saying is it's now going to be consistently ground hitting. I'm not sure how I'm going to do a delayed side roll with the bot, though. But they're saying, I guess, maybe against side rolling, the down back 2 would sometimes miss. But now they're fixing it such that the steel pedal will consistently beat side roll. So, I mean, not really happy about that. Because, yeah, I mean, it was already kind of good. But now it's like a consistent, you have to worry about this steel pedal can hit you. So, I don't know. I'm not really happy about it. But they're saying the hitbox against grounded's improved. But in an airborne combo, it won't be. So I wonder what it is if maybe they're going to have a hitbox down here, and then the hitbox up here like normal, but everything in between is going to be empty. That would be my guess. So like maybe frame 19, it's down here, and then frame 20, it's up here. I don't know. Okay, well that missed air. I don't know, just speculating. But like everything in between is going to be missing. That way you can't use it in a combo. Like maybe, I don't know, like 3, 2... Yeah, maybe like that. Like something like that would work if they were to overly buff the hitbox. But yeah, they're making it such that you can't do like weird combo structures like deep dash down back 2 or something like that. That's my guess. Okay, deep dive. I think that's full crouch down? No. It has a weird input. Yeah, is it just off of? Okay, I guess it's just off of Death Fist input. I think it's down forward. Yeah, there's some shortcut. I can't remember because I haven't played too much Paul. But yeah, there's definitely a shortcut off of it. Now, what they're saying is that they're boosting the damage on deep dive, which I'm not super happy about. Is it like backsway during Cormorant step? So is that Death Fist? The fuck is Cormorant step? Okay, I guess that is. Or shift during crowd, or shift. Okay. So yeah, and then we just hold down. So now that's going to do an extra 10 damage on the end. 20 to 30. So of course this whole string is not doing that much now. So the real, like, okay, what they're saying is that, okay, hey, we're going to make it stronger on a standing opponent, right? Such that it's better against a standing opponent. The problem with like this idea is, yeah, the second hit's a high. So against a standing opponent, that's not really a thing, right? Yeah, versatility in ground tactics. So that what ground tactics? Okay, it's going to do more damage against a standing opponent. I can't remember. Does this do something on counter hit? Oh my god, look at that range, dude. How the fuck am I in spaces out? Oh my god, what the heck? Wow. Okay, so yeah, now the second hit's going to do extra 10 points. So yeah, I mean, that's going to really help out combo damage. That's the big one, of course. So standing opponent, not so much. The airborne opponent, yeah, that's a big fucking deal. Oh yeah, this one I'm super excited about. Because this is actually the first real change we've seen in this whole patch, apart from Devil Jin getting electric now. So Raven, due to Raven having many techniques with unique properties and somewhat limited counter-attack abilities, it's been difficult to impose risk on the opponent's offense, making Raven a more challenging character to handle. To address this, forward 4 has been rebalanced as a combo starter with improved speed and reach, enhancing the character's overall usability. So for people who don't know, down for 2 with Raven is 16. So all rage arts in this game are -15. So basically, you can't use down for 2 to punish your opponent with a rage art launcher, and then your combo. or any structure like that. Technically, this should hit, but I guess maybe I'm too early, or maybe DJ's big tall boy. But it doesn't matter. Against a Rage Art opponent, your 16 is too slow to hit. So instead, with Raven, you have to use something called Pendulum Kick, which is down 4-4-4-3. That hits on 15, fully NC, and that is 31 plus 17. The issue, though, is if your opponent has 49 or more health, this doesn't kill them. Whereas if you were to get like a full combo, let's just say something easy like this, right? 79 damage. So we're being restricted from access to this 80 damage combo, which is fairly easy to do. And instead, we get Pendulum Kick for fucking, 48 damage or whatever. So that's really cool. So now what they're doing, they're buffing forward 4, which he's always had. That's his 15 frame option. They're now making this into a spin. So rather than cause knockdown, where you get Steel Pedal for like 4-for-4 effect, or, I don't think 4-3 works. It's so much slower now. But yeah, typically like knockdown, like forward 4, 4-for-4 after, stuff like that. So now they're making it such that this is a 15 frame standing launcher, which is really good. So yeah, so they're making it instant tornado. It deals less damage, and now it's actually punishable on block. So rather than being -9, it is also now -12. And then furthermore, I guess this must have decent pushback on block, as they said they're reducing the pushback. Okay, yeah, that's decent pushback. So actually what's kind of cool, you don't see it in this game, but what was nice about forward 4 in previous games was Raven actually had a trick with forward 4. And the trick was when you would do Buzzsaw, QCF2, it would knock him down, but it put him into like a weird kind of bobble state. But if you're by a balcony break, you could forward 4 afterwards, and it would launch him. That's how you do your typical combo. So nowadays, yeah, plus 14, so forward 4 is going to be too slow to continue the combo here. But in theory, if this is like plus 15, you get forward 4 afterwards and get a launcher. Not even like, I guess technically open field. You wouldn't need a wall, but it's something of note that a lot of people just never knew about in older games. But yeah, in this game, Buzzsaw, QCF2, is like a completely different move. But yeah, this is a nice change. With that being said, notice how, or you might not have noticed yet, Steve doesn't have a 15 frame launcher, but at the same time, he probably shouldn't have one, so it's fine. But a character like Zafina is not on this move list. So Zafina just got completely left out, whereas Raven got a new 15 frame launcher. And then it's like the SpongeBob Squidward meme, right? SpongeBob is Raven there chilling on the bikini bottom. Squidward is Zafina hanging out up top, wondering when he's going to get any buffs, or she's going to get any buffs. So it's unfortunate. So maybe Zafina will get some major changes at v1.09, but for now, this is all good for Raven. Okay, I missed this one. Heat activation available. Hitbox has been expanded to allow, or to alleviate issues where it would miss. So I think the idea, in practicality, yeah, the heat burst with Raven is pretty dog shit. And the reason is when he performs his heat burst, he actually does a back one. And if you don't know, back one's a high. So back one already has kind of shit range, and then on top of it's a high. So to have a heat burst that's also kind of like that is not super good. Like, I guess at close range it will miss. But in a similar vein to what we had talked about earlier, yeah, don't cry, because at the same time, okay, not the best example, but yeah, it's super consistent. So my guess is maybe if they're mid combo, maybe if you're weird axie, the back one will kind of miss like that or something. Maybe that's what it is. So now they're going to fix it such that if you're not slightly off axis, it's not going to phantom drop out. I know in certain situations where, now how am I going to set this up? In certain situations where you go for, how am I going to do QCF1 too? I'm going to do like this. Ah, shit. So you can go for the strong aerial tailspin state. So like in this situation, okay, that did hit, but it probably is because we had no hits in the combo. But yeah, what happens is, even though in theory you should be okay to use a Soul Zone 1+2 into this, if they're ever off axis or they're back churn, the heat burst will tend to miss. Whereas, like I had shown you, if you have a bunch of 4-4-3s in the combo, the 4-4-3s will still hit, like pretty consistently. So we'll still hit here, we'd still do a Rage Art. So if you're on axis, like everything is kind of golden. But as soon as you start getting to weird axes, and then it takes away the possibility of using Soul Zone 1+2 for strong aerial tailspin. So despite the fact that this is like 10 times harder than another 4-4-3 in your combo, it like very rarely properly links because of the follow-up heat burst is kind of dog shit in that scenario. Whereas again, like the 4-4-3s like are always going to hit, so you never have to worry about it. So I guess if now that they're going to go ahead and improve the hitbox, it will now properly unlock Soul Zone 1+2 combos, which is definitely a good change. So I mean, I can't fault them. The more the merrier, really. Okay, no change to Reina because she's getting replaced by Heihachi. The Cell's DLC. Okay, Shaheen. Unintended behaviors were corrected, so no balance changes. Dowming 3-4. Following adjustment was made to address an issue where the second hit could not be blocked if it connected from the side. Okay, so yeah, this in V10, because this is V1.08, right? In V1.07, they did fix the infinite. Eddy had this infinite where you can go down 4-3 to your side, and there's nothing you could do except for throw, and then you would eat a bunch of damage for free. The same thing, I guess, is true for Shaheen, except the difference here, though, is that Shaheen... fuck you. Except Shaheen down by 3-4, I believe, is a launcher. So if I'm to your side... Okay, you could block that. Okay. So there, we're barely... I wouldn't say barely. We're to his side. And yeah, he should theoretically be able to block that. And he did there. Okay, but there, if we cross like the 90 barrier... Okay, we're at like 70. This is like 80. Okay, he can block on 80. So let's see for like 90. Okay, he can block at 90, but what if we're like 1 pixel beyond 90? Okay, he can still block it. So now we're like definitely beyond 90. Okay, you can still block it. Okay, so maybe it was like inconsistently hitting to the side. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of like Feng. Back in the day, Feng could do like a immediate option by the wall, and then he would sidestep and then shoulder you for free, and you couldn't block the shoulder because you're stuck in an animation. Despite the fact you're kind of still facing him, you couldn't block it. So that's what this down back 3-4 kind of reminds me of. It was a much bigger issue with, like I said, with Eddy because it was a proper infinite rather than just getting a launcher. But it looks like they're just going to go ahead and fix this. Also, in theory, because it's a high, we should be able to duck it. So what happens if we're off axis? Okay, we still can't duck it because it looks like he does that like Zafina down 4 animation. You see that? So on front axis. Oh, see, we don't have the Zafina animation like that she does, but on off axis, we do have the Zafina animation on down 4. That's weird. Okay, so that's probably where the bug is stemming from. It's causing this weird foot option, which doesn't work with counter hit. So the antiquated code probably that got carried over probably from Zafina, I'm sure. Okay, Steve. I am. Okay, no changes, bug fixes. 1+2. During wall combos at extremely close range, reduce the forward movement in order to alleviate an issue where positional relationship with the opponent became different. AKA you switch sides. Why the fuck they just don't say you incorrectly switch sides? Okay, so what am I going to do here? Like up back 2? No, up back 2 bleeds me to lion, right? Sorry, I'm not a... Okay, well, I mean, I don't know how much closer you want me to get. Yeah, okay, there must be some fringe case where you would side swap. Or maybe it's like a longer combo. I know, like 1-2, 1+2. No, like that's still, yeah, I don't know. There probably is some fringe case. So it's a bug fix, so I mean, I understand. Lionheart 1+2 adjusted the collision detection with the opponent for the following moves to make it less likely for the phenomena where the counterattack does not reach when dodging this attack by crouching. What the fuck does that even mean? Are they saying he had too much pushback? Is that... This sounds like more like a nerf than a bug fix. Okay, adjusted collision detection with the opponent for the following moves to make it less likely for the phenomena where the counterattack does not reach when dodging this attack by crouching. Okay, so so there must be some weird case where you can't launch him? But I mean, I'm like right on his shit. I can't see this ever missing. I mean, we're playing against Devil Jin, I suppose. So maybe it's a DJ thing. We're gonna do crouch punish. Okay, I think it will do it on whiff. Hopefully. Okay, so that it is up back two. I just was unfamiliar with the animation. I was right the first time. Okay, let's put it on block into punish. Wait, why are you jabbing? Oh my god, dude. Why is the computer jabbing? Well, that's no fun. Okay, so evidently there's a chance that the line 1+2 would miss. I'm kind of disappointed about that we can't reproduce it, but okay, sure. Okay, Victor. Yeah, it's weird. I have it set to do punish wall stand 2, but it does a 1 jab. Like, why? I don't understand that. Okay, yeah, no fixes, nor balance adjustments, just a fix. The only fix is tracking capability of the second attack has been enhanced exclusively when the first attack connects, alleviating the occurrence of it missing midway through. So yeah, back 1-2, I-14 counter hit. It's kind of like not impossible, but very difficult to counter confirm back 1 because there's no special animation. It just basically sparks. So kind of similar to what we had seen earlier. Now you're taking a lot of inherent risk by back 1-2 because back 1-2 is a high, so you can duck under it. So now it's like, okay, rather than sometimes this phantom whiffing after the back 1 connects. All right, let me put on Crouch. Yeah, so maybe on side axis. Let's see one more time. Okay, there you go. So like scenarios like that. So we took all this risk by going for the high string, and we're not getting any of the benefit. Also, it's not super good because back 1-2 on hit is +0. So it's like we can't even follow up with forward 2 because I can just back roll, period. So it's not a good move, period. In my opinion, this should be NC, but whatever. Okay, it's fine. So they fixed it such that if you commit to back 1-2, you're no longer going to just phantom die, even though technically you scored a counter hit. It's properly going to link in now. So my guess is when you hit them with back 1, it's probably going to leave you aligned rather than leave you off kind of off axis, such that the follow-up high will always hit because you're left closer or on axis, something like that. Because typically what happens, like attack throws require like very specific scenarios, like you have to be on axis or crouching naturally, stuff like that. And if those criteria aren't met, the game kind of like is like, whatever. You're not going to get hit by this, and then you die. So feels bad, man. But yeah, Victor. Okay.
Get ready for the next battle.
Okay, wow, big change for Xiaoyu. Okay, in v1.08, along with addressing unintended behavior, or command throws from BT were readjusted. v1.05 universal change reduced tracking performance of command throws for all characters, which had a diminishing effect on Xiaoyu's offense. So that's true. So anytime she's in back turn stance, aka rain dance, RDS, you sidestep left. That's how you typically beat RDS if you don't want to play chicken with her. So they're making it such that the throws are now going to properly track. Keep in mind, these are, I think, are they generic throws only? Oh no, look at that. Oh, the fucking, I'm pretty sure that's the, yeah, is that her? Yeah, that's her fucking waning moon. Bro, what? Why would you buff that? Okay, so bug fixes. Phenomena where the opponent could crouch to evade subsequent high attacks has been fixed. That sucks. Yeah, down 1-2 is her big one. +8 into RDS. So I guess in certain scenarios, the down 1-2 could be ducked, even though technically it should be NC. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly what criteria. Same thing. 4-2-1, I mean, fuck 4-2-1, but yeah, 4-2-1, they made it so this always is NC now, or jail, so you can no longer duck the second hit. So same thing, if forward 2 would miss, sometimes I guess the follow-up high would also then miss. Or sorry, the forward 2 would hit, but then the follow-up high would miss. And then down forward 1. Adjusted phenomenon where they can crouch to evade, but down forward 1's a mid, I don't understand. That's her super good fucking mid. Are they saying sometimes this would miss crouching or something like that? Yeah, I don't understand that one. Okay, up forward 4, adjusted collision detection and mitigate swapping sides. So up forward 4, I believe is her hop kick. Oh no, it's her orbital, which is a counter launcher. Okay, so I guess up forward 4 could sometimes side swap. That must be a really rare occasion. If I was to take a guess, it's probably has something to do with the wall. So like if we're at the wall, and then maybe into orbital, maybe sometimes the orbital would cross over incorrectly. In a bad way for Xiaoyu, something like that, I'm not too sure. Okay, back turn 1-2. When inputting the second attack, the hitbox size of the first attack increased to primarily stabilize behavior when using aerial combos. This change will alleviate where unintended whiffs occur. Okay. Oh, let's get off the wall. I'm not gonna sure, I'm gonna reproduce this. Okay, so okay, the spin option. I'm not used to RDS. I'm still used to RDS 1.4 as your extender. So RDS 1.2 is your spin. So I guess sometimes the spin would miss. Same thing, maybe for off axis. Okay, sometimes I guess it would whiff. Okay, that's a good change. Same thing, I wouldn't call this a buff. It's not a buff, it's a fix. Why are you calling it a buff? Come on, Namco. And then, yeah, that's the big one. Her throws off of Rain Dance now fucking track, but I guess only under the case of the advancing back turn throw. Okay, so that's the difference. So it's not generic throw, right? The generics don't track, which theoretically they should track, right? Yeah, I think they still do. Maybe they don't. It's hard to see the spark or the slash. Yeah, maybe they don't. But now her advancing BT throws have homing properties on them. Of course, keep in mind, the throws can be canceled, and of course, everyone's favorite wall stand 2 is a counter launcher, so, you know. Sounds like fun, especially now that she has the homing pressure here. Homing, you know, waning moon. Like, bro, what? Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and show it. So, yeah, sidestep left should technically win here. So let's go ahead and sidewalk left. Yeah. Oh, I mean, that track, though. Okay. What the? Oh, well, whatever. Fuck it. Okay, and last but not least, no buffs for Zafina. So shoutouts to forgetting Zafina exists. I'm sure Shadow's happy about that. Okay, Yoshimitsu. In v1.08, Yoshimitsu underwent not only bug fixes, but also some balance adjustments. Regarding spinning evades, so it's back 3, possibly easily... yeah, I mean, the issue here with back 3 is in Tekken 7, they overly buffed it. So back in the day, whenever you would spin, you would take significantly more damage than you take now. Like, nowadays, it's like fucking chip damage. Like, you're dealing... What is it? They'll tell us. You're dealing 4 damage to yourself to possibly get a fucking full launcher on a person. So you get rid of the mix-up, you take 4 damage, and then you have access to like BT, the back 2-1 into full combo still. And then you get Oki, and then you get this and that, right? So yeah, they're finally fixing it again. I don't remember if dealing double the damage was how much it used to do. That seems kind of correct if it's double now. But yeah, back 3 was way over buffed in T7, so finally they're nerfing it. Okay. Additionally, some adjustments were made with Indian in v1.05. Some actions were inadvertently missed, so further adjustments have been applied. Okay, when hitting the opponent with forward 3+4 and hitting the wall afterwards, relax input window for transitioning to Indian. So I guess maybe in this game currently, we get the face flop, but we can't actually transition unless maybe it's just frame. Oh, wait, what? Because that's not Indian, that's Flea. Oh, do I have to hold input? Oh, there it is. Okay. So maybe the windows is easier now for the Indian entrance. Timing for executing attacks. Oh, okay, so he recovers 1 frame quicker. So what's the big deal here then? Okay, maybe that one frame was like worse or bad enough such that maybe Devil Jin can like wake up 3, wake up 4 here. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know for a fact. Okay, back 3-3 now deals double the damage. Thank God. Back 3 has been terrorizing people long enough. Please. Okay, up 3+4, down 3+4. Okay, so those are all Indian transitions. 4-4-3, 2 from the front, 2 down, 3+4, flee, sit, or face down, sit, flee, sit. I think that's Kin, unless that's Dragonfly. Okay, relax input window for transitioning to Indian. And timing is now 2 frames quicker. So up 3+4, down 3+4. Wow, plus 18 to plus 20. So what? Wait, okay, what does plus 20 give us? I really feel like we have something here, because that's a big frame difference. Plus 2, so 2 frames faster. The samurai like attack through. And then a bug fix. 4-4-2, hit during the front, or 2 down 3+4. Fix an issue where Indian was inadvertently deactivated under certain conditions. Ooh, interesting. I don't know where that ever would occur. Or maybe only during combo? Oh yeah, only during combo, okay. So I guess... Okay, it's not 3+4. Okay, so I guess maybe during the transition, sometimes he'd accidentally cancel. Maybe if you don't hold or don't hit, like, I wouldn't necessarily call it just frame, but maybe you don't hit the window properly, he would instantly cancel out of stance, something like that, maybe. So bug fix, that's good. Okay, yeah, that's it for the v1.08 changes. I'm gonna go ahead and download the patch. I think within probably about an hour, Heihachi will come out, and then we'll go ahead and do the move list breakdown for him. If there's anything you want to see, please let me know in the comments. If you have anything you want to know, if I made a mistake, or if I made a note of saying like, hey, please correct me, like I know something's wrong, definitely do so, because I want to know. But yeah, beyond that, yeah, we'll cover Heihachi and it should be fun. Okay, later guys.